All right, so in this video, I am talking to couples, significant others who want to get on the same page with your money. You're fighting about it, you're judging each other. Most importantly, the very first thing I want you to hear is that a budget is not going to fix your problems. I work with couples all day long who come to me with a budget, as if that is the magic pill or solution to fixing their finances, fixing their relationship with money. It is not. More than anything, as a couple watching this video today, or as one in the couple watching this video today, here's some things that are actually going to help get you on the straight and narrow with your finances. I'm going to give you my highlight reel, the best things for you to focus on right now so that you can have a healthy relationship together. Now, background. Your relationship with money starts at a very young age, before the age of 7. So as couples, opposites attract. It's very likely as a couple, one of you came from a scarcity fear background, one of you came from an abundant no fear background. That's totally possible. I see it all the time. Before you go through these highlights and before you look at these different things to do with your money, start by taking your money personality test and take the money personality course. There is a link here underneath the video where you can hop in right now and you can both learn what your money personality is. I'm not gonna go into depth about that in this video, but it makes a huge difference in who you are with money, which then makes a huge difference with how you behave with money. One of you might be a spender, one of you might be a saver. I see this all the time in relationships. And then you're judging each other. And a lot of times in the finance industry, what happens is the person who's the spender is the one that gets the heat. But the truth is both are powerhouses. You need both money personalities to be strong financially. You can learn from each other. You can play to your strengths. My money personality course will get you on the straight and narrow with who you are with money. And it's also going to give you a neutral conversation to have about money. And then these tips will fall right in line with that. So I already told you to stop budgeting. Here are some other things that I want you to hear today if you're looking to have a healthier relationship with your partner when it comes to money. First, stop trying to change each other. You are who you are. I made this huge mistake in my first marriage that I married the guy for his potential. And if you're watching right now, guy, I still love you, but we weren't meant to be married. And I was a fixer in relationships, and that wasn't working in our relationship. You have to marry someone for who they are and love them for who they are, first and foremost. That money personality conversation when it comes to money is a great conversation to start with, because then you can say, okay, well, this is who you are. You can't expect for someone to change for you or change for anyone else. In my new marriage, what works so beautifully is that I got to know him really, really well before we got married. I know his money personality. I don't try to change that. I love who he is for how he is. I choose him, and we play to each other's strengths. They cannot and will not be any different for you, and especially when it comes to money. My saver money personalities are the worst at trying to get everybody else to be just like them. But that's not always healthy either, because my saver money personalities don't always come from a healthy money mindset. Sometimes they come from scarcity and fear, and then they want everyone else to play the scarcity and fear game along with them. That doesn't work either. So stop trying to change each other. No one can be any different for you. And financially, stop those expectations. Who they are is who they are. Either love them for who they are or get out of the relationship. The key to happy relationships is appreciation, communication, and good systems that are easy to follow. This is the foundation of having a successful relationship when it comes to money. Who you are with money started at a very young age. Each of you can take a deeper dive and understand why you do what you do. And you are each responsible for healing the parts of you that you need healed. That is not your significant other's job. You're each responsible for healing what it is that you need to heal. Now, let's talk into some practical things that you can do with money as a couple that will help you get started on a new healed journey. The very first thing that I told you already is to stop budgeting. The second thing is, before you dive into anything, debt management, debt repayment, before you jump into trying to save money, even set goals, the very first thing that you need to do is get your cash flow managed first. This is not budgeting. This is understanding the ebbs and flows of your cash flow. The reason most Americans are still living paycheck to paycheck, even high income earners that I work with are still living paycheck to paycheck, is because they don't know how to manage their cash flow. Some months you have more than you need, some months you have less than you need coming in, and there is an ebb and a flow to how your finances work in your life. This is not about cutting back expenses. You all know how I feel about certain financial experts who they just want to literally rake through your finances and cut anything that's not needed. Managing your cash flow is understanding the rhythm and flow of money in and out and the cycles of your life. The second thing to that is knowing what your negotiables versus your non-negotiables are. If you want to learn how to do your own 90-day audit, I teach that in my Stop Budgeting course. You can do that right now as a couple, not from a place of trying to control each other, not from a place of trying to judge each other, but from a place of let's look back the last 90 days and understand what came in, what went out, and where our money's actually going. This is to eliminate the shame and judgment and fear out of the financial conversations and to get you into a healthy conversation about, okay, here's what it is. So what? Now what? By looking back over the last 90 days, you can see the trends, and then you can step into a conversation with each other about what's negotiable and what's not negotiable, not what fits into the budget. Now, shameless plug for coaching. This is where a trained coach, someone who's trained to support you in having these conversations, can be very helpful. They can help you neutralize the conversation so you're not pointing fingers at each other, and you can really get to know what the actual problems are in the conversation. If you grew up in a household where people did not talk about money, you never learned how to do it. It never imprinted on you. You never had the tools and strategies to do it. And money is emotional. If you grew up in a household where there was no emotion and you got shut down for your emotions, it would make sense that you don't want to talk about your money because it's emotional and you shut down when you get emotional. Trained coaches will help you navigate those emotional conversations so that you can make progress on what really matters. And what really matters is, as a couple, you're living your best life together, even if you have different priorities and even if you have different money personalities. That's the magic of the work that I do, you guys. So focus on your cash flow first, get to know the ins and outs and the flow of your money. My Stop Budgeting course will teach you how to do exactly that. Then, once you have your cash flow managed, work on your relationship with spending. I repeat, work on your relationship with spending. I did not talk about saving first. I did not talk about budgeting first. I did not talk about saving for retirement first. The very best thing that you can do after your cash flow is being managed properly is have a healthy relationship with spending. You spend money every day. The majority of the struggles that we have in relationship revolve around spending. Who's spending on what? What credit card debt you're in. This person has the control in spending. This person doesn't. This person can make decisions. This person can't. All of that gets compounded into your spending relationship, and you've got to figure out how to have healthy ways for you to spend money because you need money to live your life. And as a couple, you want to live your life. You want to live your best life. So put a game plan together to learn how to spend together. One of the methods that I teach in my world is have a spending account. I can teach you how to do this in my Stop Budgeting course, but with a spending account in our household, there's two. My husband has one and we have one for the household. He has permission to spend money. It's allocated every paycheck. We don't fight about it. Wouldn't that be awesome in your own relationship? You guys aren't fighting about spending. So navigate your cash flow together. Get a steady flow of cash flow. You know how money's moving in and out, and then work on your relationship with spending. Once you have a good rhythm and flow for spending, and that takes time, then I want you to stop debt dumping. I just met with a client on Saturday who is spending all of her extra money every single paycheck paying down her credit card, and then she never feels like she has any money. I have a whole video on this in my channel where I'll teach you the concept of debt dumping and how to stop doing that. But overall, the best way to get out of debt is to put a strategy together, have a healthy relationship with spending, and then work your strategy to get out of debt. That takes time, but putting all of your extra money thinking that you're going to get out of debt sooner, it doesn't work. So stop it. Finally, refinance higher interest debt first. Before you get into a debt repayment strategy, refinance your debt. There are some great offers out there. If you're paying 25% interest, for example, refinance it into something lower. Here's the win with refinancing debt. If it lowers your monthly payment and you pay less interest, then this is a good step to take first before you put a debt repayment strategy in place. I know Dave Ramsey teaches the snowball method. Every expert teaches their own method. I have a debt eliminator course. If you buy my money bundle, you can get my debt eliminator course and I'll walk you through all of this. But high level as a couple, the best thing that you can do is refinance your debt, get it into some lower monthly payments if possible, and then put a strategy in place. I hope that these tips are helpful for you as a couple today. It gives you a place to start focusing on the right conversations and in the right order to have together to start working on your relationship with money overall. I work with clients for years at a time on this, and it's not going to happen overnight. But with some clear focus, some clear priorities, and some simple and easy systems that you can use together, your life, your dreams, your vision are possible. And I'll end with this. As a couple, what's most important is that you can enjoy your life together. It sucks. I know it when it comes to money and you're fighting about money and who's doing what. These simple tips will help you get started on a healthy path to having a healthy relationship with money. And I hope that they help you. If you like this video, make sure you click subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you learned. And if you want more of this, check out my next video. It's going to be an awesome reminder of what's possible for you financially today.